Patreon, help support the future of this channel. Link in the description below.
So join us up in the Tararua Ranges. We're at the beginning of North Range Road, which is one epic little track with some really cool views, surrounded by heaps of wind turbines, and it's one of the few places where you can see both the Wairarapa and the Manawatu at the same time. So anybody who's looking closely may be able to spot that we've got 2 trucks this weekend, and it is just us. Chloe and Pepper are going to be in the Hilux, and this is Chloe's first time heading through North Range Road. And I'm in the 80, and I've been through it a couple of times, but it's always fun bringing a new vehicle through and somebody who hasn't done it before. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's go.
This trip takes us through North Range Road, just 10 minutes out of Palmerston North. We then make a move up to Tacko Perry Road where the views were absolutely incredible. Trust me when I say you don't see Tacko Perry Road like this all too often.
Ready to go, Pepper Girl?
Alrighty, let's do this. This is probably the second time I think I've actually taken the 80 properly off-road. And I've been very impressed with it so far. So it's going to be cool to see how it goes through a track like this with ruts and water and all that sort of stuff.
It wasn't long before we reached the first obstacle. It may not look like much on camera, but from in the car it was quite a big drop. Being the first time taking the 80 series through here, Daniel took it nice and slow. I picked a slightly different line in the Hilux, and you can see just how deep the hole is. No worries getting through on 3 wheels though.
So North Range Road is kind of a big mix of like crazy ruddy stuff and mud and water, and for some reason it's always far worse on the southern end.
My first time driving a manual in gumboots too. See how this goes. Looks pretty boggy, Pepper. Easy.
So this here is kind of, I guess, the crux of this whole road. Cameras don't really do justice to how big these ruts are, and realistically they're probably not too hard. Go wrong though, you're going to do what I've done before and put a nice big dent in, your panels. Biggest worry right now is up there in that it gets quite deep, but let's give it a go, see what happens.
The first few washouts turned out to be nice and easy, and it was great fun to drive. Not even close with that one. Completely the wrong line. No, that's not the line.
The 80 can't do it, I can't do it. So close!
I know, we're going to put a bit more speed. Righty. Oh man, that was fun. Alright. And Hilux through now.
So it's gotten a little gnarly, a little earlier than we thought. Daniel says he's happy to take over the driving at any point, but I'm going to do it. Good news is he can't leave us behind because I've got all the camping gear. Alright, this is the bit. Being the first time I'd done anything like this, a lot of the obstacles looked a lot more intimidating than they turned out to be.
Yeah, so of all the bits of this drive that worried me the most, it's this one. It's basically a press the brakes lightly and wait for it to be over. It's a big muddy pool at the bottom and a massive step off. So as long as one of us can get through. Am I gonna fit?
I think so far the Hilux is having an easier time than the Cruiser just because it's so damn wide.
This is one of these obstacles where having a tow bar or a rear bar on the back of your truck comes in really useful. I came through here a few months ago and a truck managed to rip his rear bumper off as the back came down. There's quite a sharp little lip there and it just catches long vehicles out.
Scary about driving your husband's truck and not being entirely sure you're not about to crash it. And we're going down. Morning, Pippa.
Yep, you're good as gold.
How's it going up there?
Just trying to figure out how to stay off the bank. The big issue I've got here is as I come down the slope, we're going straight towards the bank.
Not wanting to do any panel damage, I decided it was time to jump out and just track building. So we didn't actually film the 80 coming through here in the end, as it turned out to be far more of an ordeal than we expected. We did however fill in this hole here, with the whole bunch of dirt and rocks that we found, and filled in the one down here which didn't catch the Cruiser out, but knowing that the Hilux is much longer, we didn't want it to catch on the bank as it came through.
Alright, now it's my turn. A quick little tip, you can see here that I'm using the sides of the tyres to push the nose of the Hilux away from the bank.
You're good as. Straighten up a little bit more. Tight, yeah, you get to roll forward and straighten. You're absolutely golden.
With the more gnarly bits of the track out of the way, it's time to make a move, make some ground.
It's just amazing out here, right? Like 7 miles out to Palmy, being on the other side and seeing the Wairarapa. This track is just such a beautiful place to come and cruise through. Alright, it's got a bit of choose your own adventure here. There's a line over to the left which doesn't look too hard, but puts me right on the edge, and there's this one through the middle which I'm going to try first and see how we go. But you do have to put it in drive.
This hole seems to be different every single time you come through here. Sometimes it's easy, and one time we had a truck with lockers on 35s get stuck. Today though, it didn't cause any problems at all.
like this might be our last obstacle, so let's make it fun.
Sweet, so that's the end of North Range Road. How cool was that?
We did it!
Yep, first time through.
Yeah.
And Pepper looks confused.
We keep waking her up.
Yeah.
She's not having a great day. But I am.
Yep, that was awesome fun.
It was so cool.
And pretty dry at the moment. So I guess now we get out of here, make a move north.
Go find camp.
Yeah, sounds good. It's getting about that time of day.
Waking up at a campsite in the middle of nowhere is always really hard to beat. There's something special about camping in New Zealand.
So it turned out to be a real nice campsite in the end. I like it when that happens. You get somewhere you're not 100% sure. Both had a real good night's sleep, and today we're gonna head up Tacko Perry Road.
So we've just left the Romai campground, heading along Pohangana Valley Road, looking for the next adventure. Takapari, here we come.
One of the only publicly accessible roads up the Ruahines, Tacko Perry Road was originally put in to help them plant to stop the erosion. These days though, it is open to the public and makes for one of the best overlanding routes in the lower North Island.
You see the cow, Pepper? Pepper, do you? Look. You see the cow? Do you like the cow?
And once again, it's time to drop some air out of the tyres, protect the tracks and make the ride much smoother.
So at the start of the four-wheel drive section of Tacko Perry Road, and what a day. Like, this place is not really worth coming to when it's cloudy because you can't see anything, but a day like this, you got Ruapehu, Ngarahoe, Tongariro, and just views for days. Some of them look forward to getting up to the top and seeing how far we can see. The first kilometre of this road is just steep, like there is no other way about it. It's a long, slow climb up, but once you get up here, trees start kind of thinning out like this, and once you get a little bit higher, it starts opening up, and the views just become amazing.
Daniel's never one to pass up a challenge, and I often lose him down a side track or bypass.
That's deeper than it looked. Now, got some epic little angles here.
How good does the 80 sound here?
The higher you climb up Tacko Perry Road, the rougher it gets. Just crossed through 1,000 metres now, and you can kind of hopefully see out the window the trees are thinning out, and the track itself is just getting shaly and bumpy as anything. Very nearly at the highest point of this road now. It's basically just up there behind me, but Look at that view. How cool is that? A day like this cannot be beaten up here. It is incredible.
There are a bunch of little side tracks you can take on the way up the hill here. Chloe spotted a real rocky, shady one and got straight into it.
Look at that view out there. Places like this, the camera just cannot capture well enough.
The A-frame hut at the top of Takapari Road has recently been taken over by the local iwi who have plans to rename it Te Ao Tupare, the space of the Tupare tree, and restore it to its former glory. It's so cool to know that these places are getting the care they deserve.
So we're here at the top of Tacko Perry Road, and that brings us to the end of our Manawatu Hills weekend trip.
It's as windy as ever up here, but the views are amazing.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been great fun filming it and making it and heading back to these awesome places again. Remember that if you guys want to help us out, we have a Patreon page where you can pledge a couple of bucks a month, and that helps us get out here more and create more videos like this. There's a link in the description below. Till next time.
Cheers.